Why come to Rutgers?
To start something new. I think that Rutgers has had like a negative perception for a really long time, and I think with Coach Peichel as the coach, I think he really wants to create something positive, and that's just something I want to be on board with. My whole life I've kind of been underrated, and I think that Rutgers is underrated right now, and I love to prove people wrong, and I think that that's what we're going to do here.
Switch to defenders. Baker with the hammer!
In my mind, that change has definitely happened. We're really the doormat of the Big Ten, and we knew that. Well, we all had one mindset, and that was to change the culture, and I think we've done that.
90% of players want to already go somewhere that's already stamped and locked to go to the NCAA tournament. And on his first recruiting visit, I had to tell him we haven't been in forever. And that's part of the challenge here. But when we do it, it'll be one of the most unbelievable, accomplishments. And you'll be a big part of the foundation. He took on that challenge. Not many do.
Freshman year, I got thrown into the fire, so I was kind of learning on the fly. But as the years go on, you learn how to win, and people just started buying in. It started with little things, like beating Seton Hall. That created a type of buzz.
Rutgers has painted the Garden State scarlet.
And we win 2 Big Ten games in the tournament. That creates a little bit of a buzz, and people start believing in us. And you see the facilities being built. That shows that our own university believes in the basketball team.
He's been through the whole process here. He's seen the rack be half empty, and now he's seen where you can't get a ticket for a game. And he's been a big part of the building of Rutgers basketball.
Last year, our backs were against the wall. I think we had like a 4-game losing streak. Our attitude was just really good. We were all locked in those 2 games.
Baker gets freed by a screen and does the rest. As Rutgers gets their biggest win of the season and gives their tournament resume a huge boost.
To get to the tournament, you got to win the home game against Maryland, and you got to win that game at Purdue.
Baker, yes! Geo Baker, big shot maker yet again.
We truly felt like we were in the NCAA tournament after that. When it came time for the Big Ten tournament, that day where everyone really felt like we weren't going to play. The warm-ups were sluggish on both sides. There was no fans in the crowd, no one was used to that. And right when it's about to start, they bring us back to the locker room, they say that we're not going to play. And everyone kind of understood what was really going on at that point. We felt like, well, if we're not going to play this, then how are they going to play an NCAA tournament as well? I feel like we accomplished what we needed to last year, but it still didn't happen. So there's definitely more motivation for this year.
Nice backdoor, bam! Beautiful no-look pass by Geo Baker.
This year, we all have one goal, and that's to make the NCAA tournament. This is what I came here for. Looking back, it really is crazy that we said it before anyone was saying it. No one believed us when we were saying it, but we believed in ourselves. I'm from Derry, New Hampshire. It's a small town, 45 minutes from Boston. I actually started playing basketball with my next door neighbor. He was the only child and I was the only child, so we were kind of like brothers in that sense. At that time, I didn't even know my mom played basketball when she was younger.
I did like to play. I used to play pickup. I got to play in college. There was a lot of really good women players there. I sometimes used to go and play in the Cambridge Cambridge, Massachusetts.
We would start playing one-on-one and she would always win because I was really tiny. I was so small, but she literally would have to let me win for her to go inside. Like I wouldn't let the game end until I won. Eventually got to a point where I was big enough where I would win on my own, so that's how I learned basketball. My mother's been everything for me. She's done so much for me and sacrificed so much for me, and I definitely just wouldn't be here without her.
It's been an incredible journey. I honestly didn't think that all this was going to happen. I thought, he might be coming off the bench. I know he's a hard worker, but I also know how hard college basketball is, so I really didn't foresee this, and all the support they've given him, it's just been wonderful.
Derry's about 5.5 hours away from Rutgers, I would say. My mom's been to a ton of games. She definitely makes all the trips that she can. I feel like my mom's been there every step of the way, so for her to not be there for the last game is really tough for me.
When I watched other senior nights, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be there when Geo's a senior, and I looked forward to it, and now I can't be there. And that's what it has to be because of the pandemic.
It's kind of something that I always pictured, was just walking out with my mom on senior night. I pictured a full rack. I feel like in that moment, the only thing I'd be thinking about is how we kind of did it. We changed everything, which was, what we set out to do.
It would be truly fitting if the place was packed and people had his number on, and we're just enjoying all the great memories that he's helped to create.
I think I'm gonna miss just the family aspect the most. We've been through so much here at Rutgers. Like when I first got here, it was tough. It was hard for us. We were losing game after game after game, but what families do is they stay together, they figure it out. I feel like everywhere I've been, I've always been able to turn a program into a winning place, and we've done that as a program.
He came in as a 145-pound guard out of New Hampshire that a lot of people said could not play at this level, and has gone on to prove not only can he play at this level, he could succeed at the highest level. He'll be missed greatly here in the Scarlet Knight uniform, but he'll go down as one of our all-time greats.